Welcome back, YouTube. I was just going to continue more into January, but I got this crazy message from the Minister of Education. By improving the access to education, we could reduce illiteracy and promote a future national elite education. This is a major challenge that is necessary for us to face if we wish to be among the great nations of the 21st century, Prime Minister. Now, the reason that this is crazy is I've never seen this playing in Canada before. And I think we got this because of all those huge cuts that the previous Prime Minister Trudeau made to education. A rich, progressive country like Canada shouldn't be getting this message, really. And usually I don't when I play this same scenario. But anyways, so we need to increase our education funding when we get a chance. I like to increase funding in October each year, and I'll get to that later as to why. It's to do with handling the economy and inflation and stuff, the way this game works. Alright, so we increase the interest at the beginning of January. Oh yeah. I don't know if I was recording when I did this, but I tried to send one more peace deal to ISIS because I got the message from the general that everything's sleepy or whatever he calls it. You know, because we're not fighting. I already brought my troops home, my fighters and drones. I brought them home from Syria. You can see, yeah, I have 0 soldiers in foreign countries now. So what did ISIS say? They don't want peace. They want to wage war on me from 8,000 kilometers away with their pickup trucks. All right, whatever. Advisors congratulating me because I'm at 96% popularity. China Network. Reconnaissance of the ministerial target by Ji Wang. Yes, of course. I want to get a mole in the Chinese government. So we'll see if it works or not. It should. Our Secret Service funding is pretty good. You can see here our political espionage is at 6 stars. Agent training is at 6 stars. So that should work with getting the Chinese mole. If it doesn't, we'll just increase the funding a little bit more. Here are our official numbers for 2016. Budget surplus of 0.61%. Prime Minister, our numbers for the past year are ready, and I can now give you the new figures relating to state debt. Therefore, our total public debt, that is to say the engagements of the state in terms of loans, rises to $2.2 billion Canadian dollars. The debt service, our annual debt reimbursement level, will rise by the new year to $46.1 billion. Finally, the most significant figure, our budgetary surplus, has risen to 0.61% of the GDP. Now, just to remind you, our surplus at the beginning of December was 0.47%, so we got a nice little increase based on our actions in December. 0.76% annual growth. In contrast with the previous estimate of okay, so this is an immediate update.
Here is our growth forecast for the end of the year based on calculations that we made last month. This is an average figure. It reflects an economy with moderate dynamism. We could do better.
All right, so 0.76 is the exact current number at January 9th, and that's an estimate for the year 2017. But don't worry, we'll get that way up before the end of the year. Let's see, if I open it here, you can see, I don't know what he's talking about. It already says 0.76. I don't know. Anyways, don't worry about it. It'll be way up before above that by the end of 2017. Quarterly employment figures. Unemployment rate dropped to 5%. So we're kicking butt on unemployment. Prime Minister, we have received the figures from all of our employment agencies, and the overall national unemployment rate for the last quarter stands at 5%. As a reminder, the rate for the previous quarter was 8%. Well done. We have made great progress. Overall, the results are good. So yeah, I cut unemployment by 3% in just 3 months, 1 quarter. Excellent. Now let's read the newspaper. If this is boring, I will just cut the recording. Here are the same numbers we just heard, or close to it. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, we got another network operating here. Turkey Network, reconnaissance of the ministerial target Emre Guglu. Of course I accept. So we're starting to get some, or at least we're approaching some moles. We will find out soon if it's working, if they accept it. Alright, so here's the result of our referendum on the law on term limits. The referendum passed. The new law has therefore entered into force. Turnout was average. So now we can be re-elected once. Of course, if and when that happens, I will extend it almost immediately so that I can be re-elected again. I did that to be popular, and I believe in it as a Democrat, but in this game, your whole goal is to stay in power forever, basically. And I'm playing the vanilla version, not the God and Spy version. So in order to stay in power, or in order for the game to even continue, we will have to extend that eventually. In the God and Spy version, I believe you can exceed your, or you can get to the end of your term limit and then just play as your successor. But in the vanilla 2016 version, you can't do that. At the end of your term, you are out. The game ends. Or, yeah, I think the game ends. Oldest person in the country. Oh, we have a new one. Isabel de Brand must have died. Did she? Yeah, I guess she did. So we have a new oldest person, Simone Beauvais. Good job.
I think you're doing a good job. And you're hardworking. A good role model for young people. Here, some more advice from Granny. Keep it up, walk straight ahead, and don't look back.
Thanks, Simone. Why does everyone in this game have French names? I don't understand. In Canada, we have 2 official languages. About 1/4 of the population speaks French, and the rest speak English. But in this game, for some reason, everyone seems to have French names. Beauvais. Simone Beauvais. What's my guy's name again? Fabrice Gilbert Junot. Yeah, everyone's French. I don't know why. Alright. Oh, you know what I didn't do for a while? I didn't check the disasters. When I'm a rich country like Canada, I should give money to disasters. Niger had a terrorist action, 0.08 million. I'll give them 0.02. I like to give about 1/4. Between 1/4 and 1/2. Up to a maximum of 10 million, because I'm only Canada. I'm not like USA or China. I don't have unlimited money. Let's check the newspaper. If it's boring, I will cut the recording. Reduce corruption. That's good. It's because I've been increasing the funding for Securities and Exchange Commission and Internal Affairs Department. I've been increasing those, so that means cut corruption. Whoever Richard Bosto is, he got a fine. Ooh. U.S. Army got decimated by snipers in Afghanistan. That ain't good. Okay, I'll be right back. Unless there's something interesting in this newspaper, I'm going to cut the recording. Alright. Bargain concluded with China. Beijing. Prime Minister, it would seem that you have the means to conduct a persuasive and effective foreign policy, judging by the amount that you kindly deposited in my account in Switzerland. You can count on me to inform you of all my country's secret operations. All right, so we have a mole in China. You can see him listed here in government and military. I think he's listed in both. So he's the transport minister of China. So if China is up to no good, I'm going to find out about it. Ha 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 ha. Now we got a new newspaper. Let's check the disasters. Okay, funding them all except for the, Fukushima and Chernobyl. I don't like to fund disasters that happened before the game started. Law on term limits of mandates. Referendum approved with 60% voter turnout. Right on. IMF likes me. Okay, good. Doesn't really help me as a donor nation. If I go to UN and IMF, you can see that I am a donor nation, which means they're not going to give me loans or help me. I give money to them. When you're a poor country, you can get loans from the IMF, and it actually helps a lot if you do it at the right time. And they will even forgive your loans sometimes, the IMF and the World Bank. Unlike real life, where they're actually quite brutal, I think. World Bank is also praising me. I don't know what I did. Oh, maybe... I don't know. Sometimes those kind of institutions praise you if you're a donor nation, if you're, saving money, if you have a good surplus. Someone in our cabinet is bad-mouthing the other, but I didn't get any direct messages about it, so I'll just we'll leave it alone for now. The oldest citizen thinks I work really hard. Alright, I'll just pause it here unless there's something interesting in this newspaper, and I'll be right back. Alright, I got a deal with someone in Turkey. Minister of the Family. I got another more. What I should be doing, I got moles in China and Turkey, so let's update what we're doing. Alright, I got a mole in China. Now with China, I can't approach political groups, which means I can't really overthrow the government, probably. Unless I approach terrorists, but I don't want to do that because that could hurt me. So, what I'm going to do is actually dismantle terrorist groups. I'm going to try to dismantle the Chinese mafia. For groups... in China, they have like democratic terrorists and Tibetan terrorists. I'm not going to mess with them. So if I get those messages, I'm just going to say no. But I am going to try to dismantle the Chinese mafia. Because that will improve our relations with China. China's on the Security Council. So if I can improve relations with them, I might be able to get more things done at the UN. Or even get on to the UN Security Council someday. And I got them on Turkey. They are democratic, so I'll approach political groups. I'll try to fund a democratic socialist party there to, win elections. And then Turkey could become a democratic socialist country, which would be great. NATO loves us. That's good. Alright. I'll be right back. Alright, so check this out. The leader of Micronesia has been deposed. And Micronesia is communist. So, the new guy's been in power for 2 days. Now, I don't know if they were communist before, or if they only became communist after the deposition, but a highly charged atmosphere at the National Assembly during the session to vote the deposition of the head of state. Amidst the whistle... Oh, we've already seen this, because this is what happened in Bordeaux in Canada. So, after reading this newspaper, I'm going to try to help them. I already zoomed in on them. If you click on the flag in the newspaper, it zooms in on that country. Alright. So, they are a federal republic, presidential communist. I don't think they're a playable country because they're so small. But I will give them aid. I'm giving them 6 million a year. I will double that to 12 million. Can I meet with them? Are they playable? No. Alright, I can't meet with them because they're not a playable country. But I will offer them. See, they're light green. And they're communist and I'm socialist. So we're right next to each other ideologically. I will send them a non-aggression. And we'll see if they like it or not. They might. Or they might not. Oh, they're happy I sent them an increase in economic aid. Prime Minister, in the name of my government, we are deeply grateful for the economic assistance that your country has given us. It has greatly contributed to the economic and social development of our nation and strengthens the foundations of our relations, both political and commercial. Right on. So accept my non-aggression, dude. Alright. It's time for the February calculations. Alright, what does Micronesia have to say? Cancel. They don't want a non-aggression treaty. Okay. Now, let's check out. How is our country doing? Finance. Growth is dipping, of course, and it will until October when I stimulate it. But our deficit is okay. The surplus keeps growing. 0.83 now. Let's check out our currency. Inflation. Inflation is 1.03, so it's dipping, is it? Oh yeah, it's dipping. Okay, so I'm not going to touch the interest rate. Don't need to, because inflation is going down. Let's check unemployment rate. Oh, it's still going down big time. Nice. See, the thing about unemployment is, not only is it like good in general, it means more people have a job when it's going down, but also it means like you're saving money in your budget deficit or surplus because you're spending less on unemployment insurance. Now let's check out the crime rate. It's going down as well. Right on. Let's keep moving. So, oh wait, I should propose some kind of legislation. In months like this where everything is great and it's not the end or beginning of a quarter, fiscal quarter, then I should just do something social, some social legislation. So why don't we check our election promises? Criticism of religions, that's one we could do. Something that won't cost us any money. That's what we're looking for. Establish the duration of the average working week. I want to save that for when unemployment is rising. If unemployment starts to rise, I'll reduce the working week. Obviously, the less hours everyone is working, that means the companies have to hire more people, right? To produce the same amount. So I'll save that for now. All these spending departments will happen in October. I could legislate non-conventional gas and oil. I could ratify the Paris Accords on climate. I think the obvious thing to do right now is to allow criticism of religions because Trudeau reduced it. So that's in culture, I think. Is it? Let's see. Yeah. Alright. We're Canada, damn it. We don't censor people. And I'll allow that to go to a referendum. The people can vote. Why not? We don't need to vote on everything in Parliament. Let's let the people decide. All right, it's going to pass with 60%. Right on. Let's go. In March, on March 2nd, I'm going to do a lot of fiscal stuff, economic stuff. Because of how this game works, that will be the last month of the first quarter. And that's very important. This game is based on fiscal quarters. But anyways, let's keep going. Alright, so we proposed a bill to allow criticism of religions. You can see here that, who is he? Catholic Communities Leader, so that like head priest or bishop of Canada exclaims, religious belief is not within the realm of freedom of expression. Beliefs must be respected, and Gilbert Junot's bill goes against this consideration. So he's angry at that bill, yet he loves me. Again, it could be because I'm playing on the easiest difficulty level, or maybe because I overthrew the previous horrible anti-democratic government. Alcohol consumption has gone down, but the amount is still worrying. Everyone loves me. Haha. Alright, I'll pause the game here unless there's something interesting in the international section. Quick note. Hilda Tilton has become the president of the United States. I think we already knew that, didn't we? Didn't we already make a contract with her last episode? I thought we did. I wonder who she could be in real life. Okay, I'm going to probably end this episode here. We got to see the end of year economic results. And we made a couple of moles in foreign countries. That's good. In the next episode, I'm going to get through to March, and then you're going to really see how to handle economics based on the quarters, the fiscal quarters of this game. And I'll explain a lot more in depth about the economic engine of this game, how to handle your fiscal budget as a government and your economy as a country. The important months are March, June, September, and October. Oh, and December. But you already saw my advice in December. So tune in next time to get a lot more economic advice in this game. I'll see you then, YouTube. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. And please feel free to ask me questions, give me suggestions, or please feel free to let me know what you think I should do for my next playthrough series. Right now, the leading vote is play as a poor country in Africa or South America. In second place is save Venezuela. And in third place is to play as democratic terrorists in Cuba. But you can suggest anything. It doesn't have to be in those three categories. Let me know what you want to see for my next playthrough. Thanks for watching. See you next time, YouTube. Bye-bye.